Welcome in, builders. We're checking out Norland. This is a game I've had for quite a while. I bought it a long time ago on Steam sale, but just never had the time to hop on in and check it out. And I saw that they had a beta branch that finally was interesting enough that I just couldn't resist anymore. So I'm going to do this mostly blind. I played maybe an hour just kind of trying different settings out and mousing over things and reading them. So let's see what horrible things I can get up to. We are going to play husband, wife, and child. I picked what seems to be kind of the you should pick this if you're a newbie area. And we have named our territory White Stag Hill. And we have Perry, who is our ruler. He's good at intrigue and charisma, and mostly has kind of like Diplo type stats, a little bit of trading, etc., etc. His wife, Vesna, is a pragmatist who is good at, in fact, no, she's not good at, we should probably make you a little better at management, and we'll have to knock something down. So we're paying with years of life when we change stats around, so highly skilled characters are going to be older. So we'll knock that down a little bit. She is going to be our kind of manager character at the start. And then they have a son, Milomir, who is a little kid. He's apparently ambitious. I fiddled with these a little bit, but I just don't know the systems well enough, so this isn't exactly min-maxed or anything. If you have tips about the game, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm always happy to learn new things. So let's fumble our way through here. I believe we're going to have a little bit of an intro video, and then I'll get right back to you. Oh, we have game parameters. I'm not going to change anything here. So the normal difficulty, baseline mode. There we go.
Nearly 200 years have passed since the end of the devastating religious war. The empire fell, and its former provinces eventually became barbarian kingdoms. The church managed to revive hope, and peace and prosperity reigned over the ruins of the former civilization. Over time, the influence of the church only grew. But history is cyclical, and power cannot remain in one's hands for long. Wars between kingdoms flare up one after another. Hunger and poverty force people to abandon their homes and seek refuge in neighboring settlements. Can your dynasty unite the kingdoms and halt the advance of the Dark Ages? From this moment on, history is written by you.
Well, we'll see what we can do. All right, one of the new things in this patch is that there is now random map generation. Before, it was pretty much set maps, and I don't know, I find that kind of boring, so I'm excited to see that they've got the random map generators in here. We are, I believe, called Varn culture. Mainly, these are going to be kind of farmers, earth people, a little bit maybe pagan. There are 3 other cultures in the game. Each focusing on different things. One's kind of military, one's kind of trade, one's kind of bureaucracy. Again, I just don't know enough to know what I don't know, but I do know that can be some problems by mixing up the cultures. So we're gonna just keep it simple for now, at least. The beginning of the story. Norland, the year is 2,898 since the creation of the world. 200 years have passed since the great Crimson Empire perished in the flames of religious war. Its former provinces have become barbaric kingdoms, kept from mutual destruction only by the all-powerful Church of Mother Sophia. While the holy prophets speak of impending end of the world, in one of the small kingdoms, the dream of the birth of a new empire is taking shape. All right, and here we are at White Stag Hill. So, ironically enough, with a beautiful white hill in the middle of the map. I have no idea how horrible this is going to be, but I think I'm going to play it. We have lots of resources around the hill, and let's go ahead and place our hall. So this is where our ruler lives. We have a little bit of like a dining room and some early game storage. So a lot going on in this building. So I think we're going to just assume that we're going to work this stuff relatively early. We also have early wood over on this side. So we'll go ahead and we'll plunk this, I think, right in between the two. All right, there we are. And I'll immediately pause our game. So we come in here with some peasants and our 3 nobles. So we have our Perry, Vesna, and then Milomir is a kid, so he doesn't get to do any work or anything yet. We have the level 1 hall. Now, Perry, you are actually not the best manager. We'll put Vesna in charge of the hall so that she can order people around. We have servants and builders. I know what builders are. I'm not exactly sure what servants do. Various goods that we could use to upgrade the hall. All right, things that we're going to need ASAP. We need housing. It seems like in the current build of the game, if you don't have housing like instantaneously, the peasants just go absolutely ballistic and leave. So these early houses start at 2, and you can upgrade them to fit more. But the problem is I don't have any of the materials that I would need to do those upgrades at the moment. So we're just going to have to make do with building quite a few of these. Okay, so if I build you there, that one would stick out. I don't love that. We could do the horizontal ones. So I did one there, and one there. Yeah, that looks like that'd fit a lot better. So you go 1, 2, 3. So that's 2, 4, 6. That's 8, and that's my current amount. Yeah. We'll even build one more. And then for these, I want to tell them to build these first, because like I said, in my little very short test game, I was following just some older text guide, and it had me building all kinds of things that were not peasant houses, and everyone left. So yeah, I think we're going to do that. We have resources. We're going to need a lumber camp, and I probably will want this to like clean this out for me. This area over here looks like it's going to be a much better spot. For now, I think I will just drop one right here. I'm thinking we'll have a road that goes kind of through there. So if we keep this lined up, at some point or another, I will have a road that goes that way. And then we're also going to need some fields. One of the new changes in the game, it used to be like carrot field, beet field, rye field. Now you just have field, and you can pick what crop you want it to grow. So we have some rye fertility over here. That looks to be pretty important. I don't think we actually, weirdly enough, start with the tech to grow rye. Okay, 19 bonus one, but we can plant it for now, and then we can tell it to change what it's planting in the future. So we'll go ahead and drop that. What else do we have? So woodcutter and field. We have no production. We could build an altar. One of your lords needs to say the corresponding knowledge. Okay, so that's locked. We could get a builder's camp, hire additional builders, and reduce the building construction time by having it closer. We could snag one of these early and then get more people building. You know what? I think I like the idea of that, and we'll just assume that we're probably going to rip this thing down. All right, let's, I'm going to make a pretty major change here. I wonder if there's a UI element where I could mass assign this. All right, let's build that first, and then we'll have them prioritize. That's enough to house everyone. One other change was all the nobles now can share houses. If they're married, they'll actually share a bed. Before, everyone needed their own house, so had a lot of like urban sprawl, let's call it. All right, so what other buildings do we have? Can't build the altar. I know we're gonna need a library like lickety split. I could cram it in there. I wonder if there's fires in this game. Am I setting myself up for a horrific fire? I'm thinking that what we'll do is we'll have this right next door. Yeah, let's leave a space there. And then we'll need some more noble housing, and that'll go next to that. We have no trade, we have no warehouses. We could do patrols if we had army. We will need a barracks, and we will probably want a prison ward at some point, but that's not needed at the moment. And decor, I think these are literally pure decorations. Let's not worry about those yet. Go ahead and unpause here. So, with any colony builder in the last decade, everyone's always like, oh, is it RimWorld? Well, yesn't. Obviously, we have little pawn-like characters, and they do have some personality to them. It's more focused on your ruling class than it is on the peasants, but they do have names and wants and whatnot. So these are all of our peasants. She's over here yelling at people. Looks like it's auto-employed a servant and 3 builders. I don't know what the servant actually does. Jobless. Let's see if we can find him. There's a builder. Look, there's a builder right here. He probably has a membership to the channel and everything. Good job, Dobroslav. I'm glad to have you here. All right, but I want to see, where's the servant? That's what I want to know. What do they do? Here he is, servant. No idea. People have nowhere to pray. Problem solved. I don't think it was actually solved. I think they probably just prayed in here. Okay, I see they are not prioritizing this, which is what I would have preferred. So let's actually undo the check marks here. If I can get that other building built, then we can assign more builders. Right now, we can only have 3 assigned through here. All right, 1 house down. He's heading to the next build site. He's grabbing the supplies out of our little storage spot here. I like the little details, like a little ladder that goes down where we've got some stuff stored. Okay, now, when you get new buildings, you have to assign managers. Peasants are lazy, pro tip. So you need someone to come and yell at them and tell them what to do. So Vesna, production bonus is plus 28. Yeah, she's pretty good at that. So we'll tell her to go yell at the peasants. Now we should have 3 builders here, and we can have 3 builders there. We'll give them the energetic people. She's over there yelling at them, get to work, you lazy peasants. And now they'll get to work on the next thing. So it looks like 3-man crews are kind of your construction crews. So we have 1 construction crew here and another one over here. I'd love it if day 1 we could get all the housing so that everyone is housed. I believe a work day ends at 1800, so we have 3 more hours, and they will just drop what they're doing. They won't push through and finish the job. If you guys could finish 1 house, just this one you're working on right now, everyone would have a place to sleep tonight. I think that would be huge. Yes. Okay. Good job, guys. Okay, so we have a field and the woodcutter to go next. And I would prefer if they did those things next. And then we'll do that library last. Now, there's a whole world map thing here. I think one of the more interesting things of this game is it's kind of a cross between, let's say, like RimWorld and Crusader Kings. So you can either join like alliances, or we could try to start invading people and conquering them and set ourselves up as our own petty kings. They have different households, etc., etc. As I mentioned, there's different cultures. So these are Tanala. These are kind of the imperial remnants. There is, oh, I can't even see it. Over here, there's the culture. It used to be the kind of like border guard people. They're a little more militaristic. Down here, there's traders, as in like they like to trade things. And I think they're a little more like atheistic, science-y types. And we are very much just peasant farmers is kind of our thing. We really like to farm. White Stag Hills Lords. Yep. Plus, so they like me, they like me, they like me. They like me. Okay, all my neighbors are pretty chill. I actually don't know Sophia's mood, but everyone else is pretty chill. Okay. I'm pretty excited that I at least managed to get that up and running. This banner here shows us problems. So no advisor, we have no puppets. All right, well we're not gonna have anything. People have no place to pray. So we have to unlock the library, and with the library, we need books. And from the books, we can study and understand knowledge about technologies, including new buildings. So right now, we have no idea how we would build an altar, so we need to study that. I believe we start with the book for it, but we can't study it until we get the library. So tomorrow we have 2 work crews. They should finish those 2 easily, and then hopefully they'll finish this. And then I'll probably need to take off my workers from here because I'm not going to have enough peasants to work all these jobs. If we have 9 peasants... Yeah, if we have 9 peasants, 3 there, 3 there, at least 1 here, that's already 7. Okay, people are out wandering around using their free time a little bit. Oh, did I need to set up food? Okay, good. It starts with food. So right now we started the game with 200 carrots. People don't love eating raw carrots, but it keeps them alive. And for my peasants, we are giving them 1 carrot per day so they do not starve. If we had warriors or prisoners, we would want to feed them. Right now, doesn't really help us. We hopefully finish up the field tomorrow and we'll get started. Another new big thing in the recent beta branch update is seasons. So I believe we get, winter in 12 days. So we need to make sure we have a bit of a stockpile of food before that happens. And at least in my test game, I seem to only have started with the technology for carrots. What we really want to do is get into rye, if I understand correctly. I think we'll go ahead and... Oh, no, let's not. I have a nasty habit of whenever I don't see things happening on screens, I start queuing up more jobs. Yeah, probably should not be doing that. All right, we're having our morning carrot. We couldn't even have our servant come in here and like boil our carrots for us. We just literally have to eat them raw. So we take a look here. Perry. Hope for the future. Received the crown. He enjoyed his time with the wife. He has comfort of housing, and he's mad that he had to eat a raw carrot. This is one of our builders. So, you have to go tell them what to do. So I think they work for a little while when you give them like, hey, I want you to go build this house. But if you don't have somebody to keep managing them, they'll start slacking off and not doing the work. So we're going to need to get more nobles so that we can have them boss around more peasants, basically. People have nowhere to pray. Okay, I'm vaguely working on that via building a library. Yeah, so these are a couple jobless people, plus my servant. Comforting housing, yeah. We did pretty good. We have a decent mood. We're expecting 2 new people to come in. So I am going to need more houses relatively quickly. Yeah, let's go ahead and get at least 1 more queued up. I believe 8 to 1800 is our workday. Yeah, here they go. There they go. Getting to work. All right, if we could finish those and the library today, I would be pretty happy. All right, so here we have the logging done, but we don't have anyone working it. So again, we'll have Vanessa's in charge because she's the better... Actually, were you? Production bonus. All right, maybe I was wrong about that. Maybe Perry's my better manager. All right, Perry, you can be in charge of that one. And hopefully we'll see, yep, some workers getting queued up there. And then when this one builds, I will turn off, I think, the builder house over here. I guess Perry is technically the better manager. Okay, I guess I made that change at the last minute, and in my head I just didn't make it. All right, let's get that done. Okay, and then we will appoint manager. Oh, we have to have a crop first. So, like you see here, requires knowledge of mills and rye, requires knowledge of rutabagas, requires hop knowledge. So we're gonna plant carrots here for now. Perry will be in charge of that. The builders, sorry, we're gonna have no one working here for the time being because I just don't have enough workers. So we have 9 people. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's more workers than we have. Let's bring the builders down by 1. Okay, Perry's going down there, just telling him how to plant carrots. I don't know if anyone in here has ever planted carrots before, but they are very, very, very tiny seeds. They're very, very hard to plant by hand. When I used to do a lot of vegetable gardening, I really like to get what are called seed tapes. Imagine like a miniature roll of toilet paper, and inside the toilet paper are seeds that are spaced out. So you just bury the little strip, almost like tape. Yes, maybe more than toilet paper, but same idea. Just a little like papery spool that you can do, and it auto spaces the carrots. Because otherwise you end up having to do a lot of thinning usually. They are already getting to work on those trees. Love to see it. Oh, and our library's done too. Okay, let's get... I have a feeling they're going to chew through the trees that are near that place pretty quick. So let's just get the next one up and running. I think we'll just snug it in. I don't want to lose a tree for free. We'll drop it right there. All right, this is the library. Here, the lords work with knowledge, as you do. All right, so move the building, destroy. I don't want to destroy it. How do I do knowledge? Here we are. Okay, knowledge and their owners. So we have 2 books. We have the altar and we have rutabagas. A type of food and a basic resource used in the production of moonshine and meat. If they have to eat it raw, it makes them very unhappy and can cause rutabaga typhus. Oh my gosh, you don't want rutabaga typhus. That sounds horrific. So we will put learn, study a book and with the aim of acquiring the knowledge. The higher the lord's intelligence, the faster the knowledge is gained. After studying the book, the character will be able to copy it using paper. So we'll have learning. Oh, Perry's the best at learning too. Perry, you are getting busy, man. And we'll put Vanessa on the rutabagas. Okay. We're building that extra house. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, that'll give me 12 housing for the peasants. Okay, I like to see that you guys are getting the carrots in. I believe it's a 3-day growth cycle. I have 11 days till winter. That's all I have to say. 11 days till winter. Yeah, we'll get that built, and then probably a little ahead of where I really need it, but I kind of would like to get a lord's house in. Can we fit one up here? No. I kind of want to get a lord's house in just in case we end up needing it. Again, I just don't know what I don't know, so let's put one of those in just in case the kid grows up. Right now, I think we forced the kid to sleep on the floor. It is what it is. What are you trying to show me here? Economy? Average wealth. Okay. Yep, I don't have much to say about that. We'll get that in, and then we'll see if we've finished the altar. If we haven't, I'll probably go ahead and get a prison ward and a barracks up, just in case we need that. Okay, they're getting working on their books. Now again, because we need them to go like yell at the peasants to get to work, you can only have somebody do so much. It's almost like in, oh no, here's people arriving. It's almost like in RimWorld where it's like, oh, this guy's going to be my hunter, and he's going to do the butchering, and he's going to do research, and he's my builder. Like, you're never going to get anything done because you can only work on one thing at once. So there is a bit of a limit there. All right, who are you guys? Vanessa and Perry are going on a date today. 2 migrants arrived. We have the trader. Okay, we would like to trade with him. And again, wow, who needs to do that job? Oh, it's Perry. Trade is one of the main ways to gain gold. The Holy Caravan arrives every 1 to 3 days and is the main source of gold, books, and prisoners. Wait until the caravan reaches its destination. Click on the caravan and choose a lord to trade with it. The higher your trade skill, the more profitable the trade will be. However, they must finish trading before they leave at midnight. All right, Perry, you're in charge of that. Okay, let's see. The number one thing I want right now is some books. We also have these holy rings. I vaguely remember watching somebody play a couple, like probably 2 years ago now. Like we need these to give to lords. Like they get really mad if they don't have enough rings, I think, if memory serves. So it might not be a bad idea to get some of those if we can. Hello. Okay, so it's wanting me to look at books. Okay, and the game is paused. So, Archer Tower, Pottery Workshop, Brewery and Moonshine, a mine, and a workshop and saw shed. Allows the work. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Okay, we don't have the population to get the other things, which we really want Ryan Mill and probably a granary if I had to guess. So, okay, we just don't have the pop. No need to worry about it. We'll take the workshop and saw shed. I'm kind of tempted to grab the brewery, but then again, I'm not making anything I can brew, but we could be. All right, we'll grab that too. And then of things I own, I have medical salve, I have some carrots, I have 6 maces, some lumber, and 1 light armor. Okay, well, that's not a whole lot. And what else do you have? So I could get some of these, let's call them indentured. Combat skill. Okay, none of them have combat skill. Criminal. This prisoner is a criminal who can be executed for the crowd's amusement without fear of causing terror. Oh. Okay. That's a thing, I suppose. Okay, different culture, people. Doesn't miss their loved ones. Age plus 10. Okay, well, I'm not interested in that at the moment. Okay, here we are. Luxury that improves the impression of a lord, increasing the interest by 3 per ring. Holy rings cannot be produced. Okay. So buy booze, buy tools, iron, pottery, used to upgrade residential buildings. Let's do that trade. Hang on, before you leave, pause. What do I need to upgrade these? Blanks. Wooden blanks used to craft various useful items such as tools. Produced at saw shed. Okay. Stone and roof tile. Produced at pottery workshop. Need 55 population. Okay, that's a little moot. So I'm very interested in upgrading our houses rather than building more of them. Okay. Do we have any upgrades like on the tool shed? Is that something? Doesn't seem to be the case. How about the farm? Doesn't seem to be the case. Okay. Go ahead and unpause. We got some experience. It looks like we got trade XP. As I mentioned, I'm doing this as a mostly blind playthrough, but if you have any knowledge or tips you want to share with me, feel free to do it. I don't know exactly how long we'll go. I wanted to check it out because I was reading the patch notes and thought, hey, that actually sounds like it's getting kind of ready in the state where I might want to do an actual playthrough on the channel. So I'll have to gauge interest. So if you enjoy it, as always, let me know. A like helps. That's one way I gauge things, but just interacting in the comments is another. And if it needs some more time to cook, well, we'll let it have some more time to cook. But one of the things I always like to try to do in a RimWorld run is play a non-sci-fi version, which the game just really isn't set up for. I know there's various mods that kind of sort of do it, but it's just not set up for that. This is set up for that. And it crosses, my love of a character-driven narrative with kind of a city builder with a little bit of like wild things happening type game. So it's right up my alley. People have nowhere to pray. I'm working on it. The children are not being educated. The kids are dumb. Educate. Okay, so probably should do that. General training. We'll train skills in sequence. First those with talents, raise them to limit, and then other ones one by one. Sure. And we are terrible teachers apparently, but Vanessa will be in charge of that. Okay, so as you can see, only having the 2, oh, look at the kid. He's just in there, just going to town. It's going to be a rock star. Going to be a rock bard. Yeah, we're getting very busy. We're getting very busy. We're only halfway through those books that we kind of need. You have to go yell at peasants. You educating? Yeah. Okay, now she's also helping to educate. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Okay, our peasants have little bunk beds. I wonder if peasants have kids. I actually do not know. I do know that nowadays the kids sleep on the floor. Yeah, look at that. You know, you always worry about stepping on your dog when you get out of bed. Well, now you have to worry about stepping on Milo Mirror here when you get out of bed in the middle of the night. Also, they did a nice job with the transition between having roofs and then showing inside. Another thing that a lot of games really struggle with. And I think this one's going to show it because my nobles are in there. So unless I really zoom out. Yeah, just the two builders. I don't want you guys working that job at the moment. I do want this one. And I do want that one. Okay, so we have 11 people. So we are hiring 3, 6, 9. So I should have 2 spares. Okay, we will put an extra builder there. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it, game. He's 69, nice, % done with that book. Yeah, I believe we need the technology to be able to do roads. Economic report. Yeah, we spent some gold. We're not doing wages yet. Resources produced 140, goods sold nothing. Investments. Worker camp not received. Yeah, but we're not going to work that one, so that's okay. All right, Perry, we're kind of waiting on you, my man. And obviously we can do time control, so I'm speeding it up here. Oh, really, Perry? Okay, I guess he's telling them what to do. Although I don't think they have anything they need to do. But he still gets the experience, so I guess that's true. All right, can we please finish up that book today? Okay, and neither one of them was great at education, so neither one of them was ripping through those too quick. All right, services alter. Again, I don't know what I don't know, so I'm going to leave a 2-wide road. That feels right for whatever reason. As kind of the main thoroughfare there. We'll go ahead and plunk down the altar. Knowledge learned altar. So we have this. We could write. Lord creates a book based on knowledge. The higher Lord's intelligence level, the faster the book is written. Since the characters are already familiar with the knowledge, the book is written noticeably faster. Why would I want to create one? Rewrite. Transcribes the book in order to make a new copy. In this process, the Lord acquires knowledge. Okay. And learn. Study a book with the aim of acquiring the knowledge. So I think that means I can have other people learn it. So if he dies, we forget, basically. We don't have anyone in town who understands how to build altars anymore. So we would have to like assign him to do that. Okay, and then we have a bunch of unavailable knowledge. So we have economic, cultural, and textbooks. So like, what's this do? When learned, grants 25 experience and intelligence. It's part of the Macaw culture. Such knowledge can be found with the neighbors or obtained from scriptonics. Okay. Cultural knowledge mace stuns. 3 times greater chance to stun. Okay, cool. So like combination of almost like a talent tree and a tech tree. And then obviously we have a whole bunch of economic stuff that we don't know. All right, so we would like him to learn about the workshop and saw shed. Okay, and they're getting to work on that altar. How we feeling? Mood is 68. Nice, nice. Let's get the energetic peasants to be our builders. All those. That is speed 3, by the way. This is speed 1. Religious fanatics in the city is 7%. Congregants are residents living within the area of influence, within hearing range of the bell of the temple or altar. Here they pray to gather listeners for sermons. Okay. Oh, that's a tiny little radius. Is that good? Is that bad? I'm not sure. Appoint no. Yeah, appoint manager. Sermon of Hope. Only followers attend. All listeners gain a positive thought. Surges of energy. Increase the number of fanatics. I'm not sure we want that. Increase the number of agnostics. Reduce the number of fanatics. Some listeners become loyalists. That has a cost. Okay. So I probably don't want to be running those at the moment. Neutral Congress. These residents and warriors are neutral. They're not fanatics or followers of anyone. And we have a priest. It is Verba. Verba the priest. So this seems like it might be one of those games that if I do a full series, it might be kind of cool that we could name certain characters, not just the nobles, but like this seems like this is a noteworthy person. We have Verba the priest. Likes her housing, is optimistic. Apparently she found beer somewhere, and she prayed at home. Mylomar has hope for the future, and he ate a raw carrot. Is our servant following our kid around? Is that what he's doing? Interesting enough. Okay, our spare noble house. How we doing up here, guys? Bonus 10 carrots. Additional worker efficiency gained from speeding up their work, receiving the Lord's instructions. Specialized workers, okay. Base efficiency of workers. The number of goods produced here depends on the time the workers spend at their workplace. All workers spend time traveling from home to their workplace in the morning. Workers in production buildings like workshops also go to the warehouse in the morning to collect necessary production materials. Workers automatically move to homes closer to their workplace. It's still important to place production facilities near homes and warehouses. Okay, I wonder if that's too far. Yeah, see, we've already kind of cleared out this top area, which I wanted. We'll let them continue to work down there. That's fine. Okay, we have no jobless and no homeless. 3 migrants arrived. Well, that's probably going to be... We'll add extra jobs at our other lumber mill for now. So when she finished rutabagas, we'll have her... Oh, we'll be able to plant another one, and then we'll have... I don't think I'm going to have her... Well, I guess there's no reason not to. We'll have her maybe work on the brewery in Moonshine and free him up, or maybe vice versa. If we freed her up, she could go do more education. I don't need to hurry on that because we're going to need to grow rutabagas. What was it? It was 20 people to unlock kind of the next piece of tech from the trader. Oh, and speaking of which, hello. I mean, I don't have 20 people, right? So what exactly am I going to trade? So again, it wants me to look at books. I mean, I guess we could just grab all the tier 1 stuff. Whilst construction of archery tower. We don't have archers though. Whilst construction of pottery workshop where they can produce clay tile for roads, roof tiles, and pottery. And the mine. I mean, that obviously is going to be mining stuff, right? I mean, I guess we'll need those sooner or later. Sure. I do get XP for doing trading, so that's something. I'm telling you, man, this kid's gonna grow up and be a bard. We have knowledge of rutabagas, so we will come in here. We'll drop another farm. Now, I know this is a bonus to rye. When we get the rye tech, we'll come in and we'll change these. We may get a rye harvest off this year, maybe. So I think I will go ahead and I will plant it as if I'm going to. Would it be better to do sideways fields? 16. I mean, if I do one there and one there, that seems like it would be worthwhile. Sure. We'll add another field. We'll have rutabagas in it for now. And then, like I said, we'll change this over to rye when we get rye. And we'll drop our other field just in an open area since it doesn't seem to have carrot fertility. All right, how are we feeling here? What are we doing? You guys are getting beer from somewhere. Where are we getting this beer from? Oh, we have... No, that's medical salves. I have no idea where these guys are getting beer from. Mood. Are you guys... Oh, are they buying it from the trader? They have a little bit of money, some of these guys. Like, this guy's got 16 bucks, and he's got a beer. Okay. I mean, grab a beer and head to church. Sounds about right. Okay, we learned of the rutabaga. I'm gonna put her on something I don't care about as much at the moment. We'll have her work on the archery tower. Yeah, I feel like that saw shed is our next major jump. Oh, now she's rocking out. Oh, a little duet. Playing music in company. Aw. I don't like ghosts, he says. Don't talk about it. Trading. Yeah, gotta hit those books. Yeah, it seems like the nobles are gonna be spending a lot of time in the library. Maybe it would have been good to start with somebody with some higher education. All right, 14 people. We have 2 homeless. Shoot. I think they're just gonna have to suck it. I don't really want to build any more houses yet. And I want to get these upgraded, so they're just gonna have to hold on. We'll finish this book tomorrow, and then hopefully we can build... Yeah, it would be the saw shed, I believe. Now, oh right, the warehouse was the next tech level up, so I'm not going to be able to do anything about that. 18 bucks and a carrot. He's a fanatic, and he's homeless. Okay. I like how easy it is to see the little things here. How you feeling, Verba? You got 3 bucks is how you're feeling. Oh, some morning calisthenics? Yeah, okay. So he has like, this must be Sophia, has a key and an arrow. That's some interesting symbolism there. Okay, building needs a manager. Oh, have I not had a manager here? All right, Perry, you're in charge of that. Perry's gonna have a lot to do. And he got the sauce here. Now, here's the thing, like, I believe these make noise, so I don't want to build them too close. They also need access to a warehouse. Right now, all my stuff has to be stored here. I imagine we're gonna be doing a lot of wood chopping over here. So I think we'll build a warehouse in this neighborhood. So to that end, I think I'm gonna build... We'll build this over as far as we can. Also, I really like this grid. We'll build it there. Again, someday we'll have a road that just runs right here. And we'll have a warehouse wherever they've chopped to, probably. So it'll be a little unfortunate now. Although I guess my workers will stop here and then go to work, if I read that tooltip right. So maybe that won't be quite so bad. Also, we have the workshop. Following items are produced here. Okay, pause a second. So, saw shed. Blanks and firewood. One worker can produce 11 blanks. Oh, is the iron the upgrade material? I'm gonna guess. So that's different than the workshop, which produces tools. And I assume that's iron, so it requires iron and blanks. Used in the production of weapons, paper, and upgrading other buildings. Okay, again, you sound like you're going to want to live over here. We don't have the stuff to do anything with, though. Let's hold off till other things are built. What are you doing, Perry? Inspecting? Yeah, get to work, you bums. Yeah, I thought I wasn't watching, huh? Okay, Milomir is getting some education done. Oh, new farm. All right, I wonder how horrific I'm already overtaxing poor Perry here. Perry, you're in charge of the Rutabaga farm. And then we want to learn. Now, the mine for tools or the brewery and moonshine? Probably the brewery and moonshine. And the reason being, it'll keep the peasants happy. And I'm gonna need the mine before I can do, yeah, the tool stuff. So I think that's the route to take. Yeah, look at this. He's having to spend a lot of time. He didn't really choose a very good order to do that in. I wonder if that's always the case. If we had more nobles, we could do like one person does the right side of town, one person does the left side of town. Yeah, give him them old fish shape there, buddy. All right, and while I'm not going to do anything with it right now, I don't want my workers to have nothing to do, so we'll just drop another field. Traders on the map. Boy, he's coming like every day. I thought it was 1 to 3 days. So I was expecting him to be a little slow. We're going to lose 3 people. 3 migrants arrive, plus 3. Yeah, I want this upgrade blanks. So I really need this to finish and then be worked. Holy caravan has arrived at the city. We have skulls. I'm getting the idea that you are not a peace-loving goddess. Harry and Vanessa are spending time in bed. Oh, close your eyes. Don't look at that. What are you guys looking at? They're just trying to give Myanmar a little brother. I love that they go buy booze every time. I feel like this trader guy has a little bit of a racket going on here. Arrived just around the time for evening mass and just happens to have the holy ale with him. Convenient. Very convenient. We did not finish the saw shed. Oh, hang on a second. Because we don't have the iron. Ooh, okay. Alright, so we should have done the mine first. And all of this is telling me that maybe I should just acquiesce and build another set of buildings here. So can I move this? Yeah, let's move the builder hall. Seems like we're going to mainly be working over here. At some point I could turn this back on. We'll dump it there. Oh, I like that. It just moves. Nice. All right, then get me some housing. Give me residentials, horizontal. You do not fit very well. All right, let's change then. Let's go vertical. I can only fit 1 at the moment. 2, 3. All right. 1 will do me for now. Does that mean I can just move you? I totally could. Okay, I did take out a couple trees, which is what I was trying to avoid, but okay. Help study moonshine. The altar improves peasants' mood through prayers, but there are other ways. For example, alcohol. To learn how to produce moonshine, you must first need a book, which will be purchased from the Holy Caravan. Wait until the Holy Caravan arrives in the city. Buy the book about moonshine from the Holy Caravan. Through the knowledge menu, study how to produce moonshine. Can do. Man, this altar is already such a big building. I wonder how large the temples are going to be. The new empire. Civilization disappears gradually. The process can last for centuries, and ordinary citizens don't notice anything until the very end. But a ruler knowledgeable about history must understand that only by uniting warring kingdoms can he prevent the onset of the Dark Age. Norland is now at a crossroads. The church has long been unable to cope with the variety challenges its people face. Frequent wars, famine, disease have become commonplace. Technologies and knowledge are not yet lost, but if nothing is done, they will soon disappear, and with them, civilization will vanish. But there's always hope, and for that, you must unite 12 Norland provinces under your control, either as king of a vassal state or as leader of an alliance of free cities. Proclaim yourself the new emperor and challenge the church's inquisition. Okay. We got goals. That is nice too. One thing that a lot of colony builder types or even city builder types have a problem with is there's no goal. Like, just build for the building's sake, which does have its own charm sometimes. But for example, one of the things I love about Against the Storm, there's an end goal. You meet the queen's goals or you fail. And for me, at least in that game, it's really, really well paced. It's always like right around the time I'm like kind of getting bored, you either win or lose, and you go do some meta progression and then start a new map. Because in most of those games, for most people, I think starting a new map is where most of the fun is. I mean, if you look at people who play something like Workers and Resources, how many people actually quote unquote finish a map? Not many. Most of the time the fun is in the initial getting started. Maybe I'm off on that. Maybe that's a little bit of a exception that proves the rule. Vanessa and Mylomar, what are you guys doing? They're walking in company. So we have very harmonious because we have a husband, wife, and their kid. But if you have lots of nobles, like brothers, for example, you could start getting a lot of problems. All right, we got the brewery done. All right, I need, nope, not moving the building. I need knowledge. Okay, she is still in charge of that. Yeah, see what I mean about her and picking things that don't matter. Let's learn the mining. Thank you. All right, what are you trying to tell me? Statistics. Forest cut down 3%. For soil fertility 100%. Trees grown yesterday were 2. We cut down 12. That's worrying. Okay. Yes, game. I did learn that. Thank you. All right, so we could do the brewery. That also means, hang on a second. Do we need to change anything here? We have heat days. I don't have rye. I don't think we're gonna get this. Maybe if we get to 20 people, we could get the tech. It's 6 days to grow, so I would need to get it in the ground relatively soon. All right, let's drop another carrot then for now, so I have something I can eat that doesn't cause typhus. Okay, so production brewery. Again, this is gonna need to have a warehouse. It's seeming like this is gonna be kind of our work area for the time being, at least. Sure. Go ahead and drop that. All right, please get that mining tech done relatively quickly. Knowing what I know now, obviously we should have done the mine earlier because I can't do my saw shed until that's done. We haven't anything come in yet? No, not really. Carrots, I guess, have. So we've been doing okay on carrots. All right, brewery. Oh, we're not done with building it. We almost finished, but then the workday ended. All right, she finished archery tower. I don't think I want her to work on that. Let's just spread around our knowledge some. Or maybe we'll just give her time off. She's not particularly good at this, so we'll pick somebody who's maybe a little bit better at that. Oh, 19. If we were one higher. Okay, let's build. We have 5 homeless currently. I think knowing what I know now, I think I would have built more aggressive on the housing at the beginning. Okay, we'll do 2 more there. That will take us to almost no homeless. And then hopefully we'll get the mine up soon enough. Where is my mine? Iron's over here. An abandoned Imperial era deposit of iron. Consequences of rain, problem solved. Okay, great. Didn't know. Okay, yes, game. You're very insistent that I see that this is done. A defense tower you can assign warriors. Archers in the tower shoot farther and more accurate than usual. In addition, they ignore the shooting penalty from behind a wall. Okay. So what I'm hearing is I might need to build walls. Okay. I did not think about that. We have an economic report. We produced 520 gold worth of resources, and we invested 120 of those. Mylomar's like, man, I can't wait to go into the dining room. Excuse me. You need to grow up, kid. How old are you? It just says small child. Yeah, 5 people outside's not great. Storage is full. I can't do anything about that at the moment, unfortunately. Eating his carrot, eating his raw carrot at home alone, feeling sad, as you do. Build a brewery. Yep, we're working on it. Storage is full. Yeah, it's gonna be full for a little while, game. I don't know what to tell you on that one. Building is built for the brewery. Okay, so brewery. Produce beer, flavorful ale, berry infusion. Used to reduce pain by a factor of 3. Lords and warriors take it from the warehouse themselves if needed. Okay. And moonshine, the simplest of alcohol, improves mood but can cause addiction and sometimes aggression. Causes plus 12 mood. Okay, we need rutabagas to produce it. So for now, I don't actually want any workers until my rutabaga harvest comes in. And where are we at on that? I do not know. Okay, we are close. We are close. So is that telling me that tomorrow? Or are you telling me that you brought rutabagas in? Okay, we did get rutabagas. Okay, timeout. I do want somebody to do this then. All right, so... Okay, he seems like he's getting overrun, so we'll have Vanessa do it. And we will give it a worker. Okay, he's gaining some stats. Good, good. All right, make me moonshine. Okay, excellent. All right, I think we're actually going to flip off of him, and we're going to put her in charge of that. We'll have her do the stuff over here, maybe. Maybe that'll help. Take a little bit of his load away. Man, we are going to deforest this map at this rate. But I am going to start using a lot more wood once we get those other buildings up and running. I don't have a good solution for that one. What are you guys doing? Oh, you're just my builders that have nothing to do. All right, well, there's no reason not to. Let's come in here. Let's do that third field. Do that one. Okay, there's my 20 people. Excellent. Trader, where are you at? I want to trade with Perry. Settlement is developing. Your population has exceeded 20 people, so you've reached a new settlement development level. Small village. New opportunity and threats lie ahead. Emergence of politicians. Visitors from neighboring provinces. Forest bandits, vagabonds, cutthroats, ragged one raids, nervous breakdowns. Beloved child, glad to see your population growing. Well, you look creepy as. You're the matriarch? That means you're doing everything right. Unfortunately, as the settlement grows, it attracts unwanted attention and faces new problems. But don't worry, I'll ask our caravan master to bring new books whose knowledge will help you endure and continue your path to prosperity. With tenderness in my heart, the matriarch. Okay. Come on in, trader. I need the warehouse. Is definitely one that I really need. Uh-oh, what's this? Why are you sad? I'm being neglected? Oh no, you got wet feet. I like that they actually have like little social things they go do. Poor Perry's just working all the time. And that's not going to end anytime soon either, buddy, because I'm going to immediately need you to, trade. Okay, books. Fletcher's workshop. Warehouse. Okay, I really need warehouse. I really need mill and rye. I really need a granary. I think I can get away without the rest of these for now. Money is going to start becoming a problem. And I don't really have anything to sell yet. All right, let's trade that. All right, if we are going to get a rye harvest, we have got to get started on that book really soon. As soon as he's done with the mine, I would say. Yeah, I don't want her to do that. All right, she can get started. I'm going to have him do that for sure. Let's have her get started on the granary. Something I'm going to want, but we won't need it until we have grain, I assume. Okay, I okayed that. Oh, there we go. Right click to get rid of it. Perfect. Vanessa is unable to move. Wet feet, carrots. Carrying the body. Why are we carrying our body around? I mean, guys, keep it in the bedroom a little, huh? Did you have a booze or something? I'm not exactly sure what the problem was there. Loss of mobility. Oh, because she's pregnant. Loss of mobility. She is pregnant and has wet feet. Character will be unable to walk. Okay. A small chance both the mother and the baby of dying. Well, please don't die on us. Yeah, I think something that modern people just generally don't have to think too much about is infant and mother mortality rates. Not too long ago used to be horrific. Mylar, I'm not going to carry you around. How are we doing on that book? Still like 25% to go. All right, now we could. Do we have any booze? No, we still haven't got any booze. What are you doing over here? Oh, because she's not coming giving them orders. So he may not be working, the little bum. He's got a couple more hours worth of work to do. All right, I see you. All right, we're gonna have the kid? How close are we getting here? My Lamaro, oh, good boy, always gets up before the first bell. Gotta get that carrot in. And Perry's getting very concerned. Me too, man. We have got to get that rye planted. I don't think we're gonna make it. All right, so my number one thing I've learned this time around, I should have been more aggressive on the housing. We should have just built housing 220 to get that as soon as possible. We definitely missed a person or two, and we could have cleaned that up a little bit. But lessons learned, lessons learned. Why is he underlined, I wonder? Oh, because that's who I've elected. Okay, that's a nice little bit of UI. Yelling at the builders, as you do. Milo worked on his trade a little bit. I feel like he should have to come over here and study, rather than getting to stay in the main hall. We got the mine. Okay. There's still a chance. There's still a chance we could get a rye harvest this year. Maybe. Maybe if he can get it right now. All right, that also means we can build, I assume it's a resource, a mine. What do you need? Just lumber. Okay, get started on that. Did you literally just stand at the altar all day, every day? Ragged people spotted nearby. Your city has reached a high enough level of prosperity to start attracting the ragged ones. These are the lowest and weakest of bandits. Former vagabonds and peasants exiled from cities for crimes. They dwell in the forest near town, hoping to launch quick raids on nearby homes. Usually they pose no threat to lords, as they can hope for is to kidnap a peasant for ransom or steal some food from an outlying building. Sometimes, however, they set buildings on fire to create a distraction. What I'm hearing is I probably need to hire a dude or two to be a guard. And that means I probably want to build a barracks. Yeah, maybe we get a little barracks building here. I don't want to put it too close to the middle. We'll put it there. Then maybe we can upgrade or hire some mercenaries or something. Get a couple guards. Building needs a manager. Okay, I actually don't really want you guys working this one right now. So let me take you out. This one, I will have you grow carrots. It's gonna need to be him because she's just not up and about. Okay, that also kind of tells me if we're gonna have a young queen, she might be better as an education type character who isn't running a bunch of buildings for me. He's just on a walk? Oh, he's just out for a stroll. Okay. Perry got new management level 7. Good. Chilla. Who are you guys? Waiting for a conversation. No, we'll have a wise conversation, obviously. Chilla. Free Lord. Okay, yeah, here we go. So, like, I don't know, landless nobility, I guess. Hire a free lord for 10 days. Perform tasks like your own lord. Yeah, maybe. Hire and grant title. Hire the ruler grants a title to show and make them a full member of the family. Gets a title and joins. We have to pay 638 gold to the Loving family to restore Chilla's bloodline rights. I believe the Loving family is the name of the church. Gift. Yeah, see, there's this whole social aspect that I haven't really had to touch because, like I said, we're just kind of a happy little family unit here. And then who are you? You're just a guest. Performer. Trades in unique books that cannot be purchased anywhere. Okay, you know what? Let's see what you got here, buddy. Hello. Varn Language Dictionary. Read this book to learn a new language. We speak Varn, I would assume, since that's our language. But we have the Makah language. Those are the traders. Teaching Volume 1. When learns, grants 16 Experience in teaching. Book is written in Varn. Management. Good fame. All new migrants are inspired by the glory of your settlement, and their positive thoughts and hopes for the future last 2 times longer. I like that these aren't... I like that some of the books are a little more esoteric, right? Like, we're reading The Prince by Machiavelli rather than just like Archer Tower blueprints. That's an interesting little system. Special seasoning. A trick with local herbs extends the thought from alcohol 2 times. That sounds interesting. And wood. Economical construction. Reduces the consumption of wood when constructing and upgrading buildings by 30%. And it's written in Tenaya, which we do not speak. Okay, these are all incredibly cool. These are all incredibly expensive. So, sorry, no. All right, now her, though, I'm a little more interested. We really need some more hands. We really need some more hands. 600, I mean, literally for the cost of a book, I could get another noble. We have a house already built. Yeah, you know what? Do it. Scylla or Killa? Probably Scylla. Scylla. We could definitely use another set of hands here. That also means I no longer have a spare noble house. Let's come in immediately and just set ourselves up another spare one. It doesn't fit up there. We'll do it right here. Oh, our barracks is done. All right, barracks, army. Yeah, see, I don't want either one of those to be commanders at the moment. If I create a squad, I would. Okay, I don't want either of those people to do it at the moment. I didn't even look at her stats. That's how desperate we were. You. All right, she's in. What do we know about you? Well, what do you know? She's great at command and combat. Perfect. Well, what a great choice. All right, Chilla will be in charge of this group. Warriors, we have 0. Higher warriors? Yeah, okay. From peasants. The weakest and most cowardly warriors, after being hired, they receive strong negative thought of fear of death, which lowers their courage. In order to be useful, they will need to spend time in a training ground to up their combat skill. And their combat skill is right now complete garbage. Now we could hire mercenaries. Mercenaries hired for 10 days. And will leave your settlement, but can be hired again. Takes them a day or 2 to get here. But, I mean, look at this. 10 combat. They're like infinitely better than these dudes that we can get right now. That being said, though, why do you have a crown? Can we just hire like 1 maybe? Maybe we hire like 1. Fear of death minus 21. Okay, they both have fear of death. All right, we'll hire 1. And you can have... Okay, I guess that's just things I have. Great. All right, now, construction, army, day patrol. So I have heard that there can be, like, attacks and whatnot. So if we dropped a day patrol here, and then I guess we could also patrol our farm area here. And then a night patrol. This would probably be them, like, attacking and setting the fires, I assume. There. Guards. And combat patrol radius. Okay, that's as big as I can make it. Let's move you then. To there. Okay, that looks fine. As does that, I'm being honest. All right, guards. Warriors patrol the area around the banner only during the day, during the work hours. Okay, well, make do. All right, that mercenary will take a day or two to get here. We getting close to kid? What are we doing here? Oh, wow, just ready to go. Absolutely ready to go. I don't think that's what I actually wanted to do. So army, warriors, surrender, disband. Yeah, disband, please. Okay, so that's literally like, I want you to go in the field right this moment. Not just you're in charge of this group. We ever get that mine up and running? We did. All right, Chili, you're gonna be in charge of that because I need somebody to be able to do it. Apparently there's only one worker there, huh? Spread rumors about Perry? Oh, I'm getting tattled on. Oh, she's back up and moving, huh? Learn technology. Are you not pregnant anymore? Dynasty. Did we lose the child and I missed the option there? I'm not sure what happened on that one. I might have been too distracted with the military stuff. All right, did we ever get the booze? If we did, we're not storing it. Are you really, like, you haven't produced a single one yet? Is that what I'm getting here? You're not making this timer change. Ugrad, groom to be married off. That could be useful. Ungrad, male to be married off. Now of marriaging age and awaits proposal for noble bride. Traditionally, the bride price offered depends on the strength of her noble house. In your case, it would be 726. You have at least an unmarried woman. I do have an unmarried woman here. Okay, so we'll get event notices when there's nobles that can be married. Okay. All right, well, at least if nothing else, I managed to not completely crash and burn during a first look, which is way better than my little test game, so I'm pretty happy with that. We are going to call it there. That's a little over an hour, I believe, so pretty good little taste here. I'd be curious to know, have anyone been playing this in the past? What are your thoughts on it? If you have any opinions about the current beta patch, which we are on here. I was hoping we could make it to winter, but I see that at least at the speed I play, which you know is very fast, we still have 5 days till winter, so I don't know exactly what my plan is here. Maybe make a little series out of it, maybe play it a little in the background, get a little better at it, and then start a series at it, or maybe let it cook a little more. We'll have to see here. So if you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like on the video. That helps me a ton, and like I mentioned before, that lets me gauge interest in topics. If you're not subscribed, I hope I've earned your subscription. I'd love to have you back again. And if you want to support the channel, you can always leave a super thanks here. Join me live for a super chat. Check out the channel memberships or the Patreon links in the channel info. All right, guys, this has been Norland with the newest beta patch. And yeah, pretty enjoyable. Good bones here. No technical problems or anything. So that's always good to see. All right, Babble out.